Welcome back to Small Cap Recap, everybody. Bryce Toohey here. The market sucks. I hate to be the bearer of bad news and be like probably discouraging you from wanting to open your screens in the morning, but the market sucks. And that's not my way of being like, oh, I lost a bunch of money today, but I did. So here's the problem with this market, right? Volatility definitely lower than it used to be, like back when the madness was happening. But even on the top percent gainers, like the liquidity is definitely just drying up a little bit. Probably a lot of money. I don't know if I'd necessarily say going into large caps right now, but that's where it seems like the majority of the action is. Yesterday the SPY, the S&P 500, we'll get to the chart in a few minutes here, had 15 points worth of range. Like that's huge. If you, we'll even pull up the daily chart at some point, and like you just see like those daily candles are larger than they've been in a long time. And when you have that kind of range in large caps, it just makes sense that like why would you trade small caps when there's unlimited liquidity in large caps? So anyways, momentum's definitely been drying the small cap territory. And most of my losses today, I cut a couple bags. And I know you're all going to be like, Bryce, you keep saying you're cutting all these bags. Why don't you just stop? Listen, I actually have risk levels on them. They're not actual bags. And I never talk about the swings I win on, which I bet you I'm like break even right now. I'm practicing, and that's what matters. Probably still with too much size, but that's beside the point. I think today I ended the day down like $6,500. I withdrew quite a bit of money out of my account today, and I'm just going to keep doing that until I'm going to keep withdrawing money until the market picks back up. In fact, Matt and I are talking today. It's like the best trades, the easiest trades seem to be in the afternoon after charts have developed. It almost might, be worth just not my biggest problem is when I'm in front of the screens in the morning, I want to trade. And so from now on until the market really starts heating up again, until there are some really big top percent gainers, a lot of movement, it's pretty easy to tell when there's follow through. Then I'll start working on trading in the mornings again. But for now, it's just like, I don't want to keep losing money out of the gates. So my plan going forward is really just more focused on the afternoon. Hopefully, ideally, not even turn my charting on in the morning and go from there. Anyways, though, let's go on over to the charts. So this was the S&P 500 yesterday, the SPY. It went from about 465 down to 450. Now let's pull up that daily chart real quick so you can kind of see what I was talking about here. Let's take some of these off just so they're not covering anything up. Look at the size of these candles, right? Like we haven't seen anything that large. Like even these candles are not nearly that big. We haven't seen those sized candles. Now that was a pretty wild gap down, but gosh, almost this year. If you go back to like the COVID crash, sure, then those candles were huge range wise. It almost looks similar, doesn't it? I'm not worried. Everyone's like thinking the big crash is coming. I'm doubtful. I really am doubtful. I still think there's too much money. And you just got to remember, December is like a time where bigger investors, people who have like large swings, they cut their losses for tax purposes. So December, there normally is a sell-off. In January, it's called the January effect when stocks just start running because everyone's buying back what they cut in December. So it's not very uncommon. What is a little more uncommon, I would say, is the lack of volatility we're having in small caps. Let's go over a couple of them today. BFRI was a nice first green day. I actually was meaning to watch this. I absolutely would have bought this 450 break into a halt up at 5, which would have been nice. I probably would have sold before then because the volume really never came in. Nothing too crazy anyway. Let's see. The most trade was 100,000 shares. I would have been a little sketched out here for sure, but ended up being nice. Just chopped around all day. This was one of the main day trades I got chopped up on big time. So I longed from here to, 615 is a scalp. And then I just got chopped up in this range before it inevitably did nothing the rest of the day. DWAC, so we had a pretty big gap yesterday after hours. So this is what sparked that gap, this break of support to instant recovery on a lot of volume. And then it went up to nearly $60 pre-market, which told me that it was probably too overextended for today. I did take this trade here as a scalp at like 49, I want to say 49.20. Sold up, or no, you know what? No, what I did was I took it here, then instantly cut, then rebought right in here, kind of like a little cup and handle. And I sold into 53.50. So I'm not going to say I top ticked it, but you know, the GOAT. No, I'm just kidding. That was the only stock I basically made money on today. AERC was another wild one. Really frustrating one, hard one to trade. This was that one that fell down roughly 80% in a day. I actually went over that entire kind of why that happened in the Steady Trade, our Steady Trade team webinar yesterday. But you know, I'm not going to go too far into that right now. All I'm going to say is that this is one of those really, really annoying stocks that just decided to work midday out of nowhere, seemingly. Because I was watching it this morning, actually right here is where I was watching for continuation. And then we just broke multi-day lows. So I stopped watching it, and there really wasn't a lot of volume being traded on it either. This would have been a really, really tough one to time, even if you were watching it. But it worked out well. So I got a scalp from here, $18 average, sold up into the 1970s. Oh, see. Oh, look at that. I did top tick again. Not really, because so I've told you I scale out of my trade. So I started scaling out here after this break, and then just scaled out into these candles here. And those were, let's see, most of my losses from the intraday trades today came from this choppiness on BFRI. That like really was what got me good. Oh, and then here too. Oh my gosh, 2 times. Oh, come on, I suck. So I took right here at 608, instantly up to 640. I saw the bids at 360s or 36s getting taken out, and I was like, I probably should get out of this. And then sold all the way down here at 590 because it happened within like a second. So that was frustrating too. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Like I said, I took a lot of money out of my accounts. That way I am forced to size down because it's not worth the risk right now to have that much money in. I'll definitely be trading a lot smaller moving forward, just until the market heats back up. And that's kind of my plan. Like I said, afternoons have been the easiest ones to spot, in my opinion. Like AERC, for example, right? Was holding VWAP after having a really nice run. Was a really nice area, a little cup and handle pattern here as well. I didn't figure this would break out again over high a day. So I treat everything as a scalp still in this market because of the lack of follow through. That seems to be the golden recipe, right? Waiting for the afternoon, size down, treat things as a scalp. Is it fun? No. Is it going to be this massive money every day? No, because look at that. Even here, the volume was nothing special. I mean, when I entered, the volume was, I have 23,000 shares. Like, you can't size that crazy on it, but there still is potential. It's just not home run potential every day. It's taking a couple singles and living your life outside of trading. It sucks having to say that in December, because normally this is when you don't have a life and all you do is trade and look at screens. But for now, take it for what it is. That's how I'm going to try to be approaching the market in the following, I don't know, at least week or two, until we kind of see where the overall market wants to go and whatnot. So anyways, that's all I've got for today. Like I said, it's trade safe, trade smart. Oh, I'm going to end this off with a quote, because normally Matt's like, Bryce, close us out. And I never really know what to say, but I heard a good one today. That actually rhymed too. Every king was once a baby. Every building was once a blueprint. So live life to your fullest every day. I ended that wrong too. I totally butchered the ending. It was like, live every day in the present. That's what it was. Live every day in the present. I've got the crew here laughing. That's what matters. So if you guys didn't laugh, just know that these two are laughing for me. Do you guys want to say hi real quick? Say hi to the small cap recap folks.
What's up, guys?
That was Andrew. You know Andrew. Alex is stepping in too.
Hey, guys.
Woo! StocksToTrade team. Anyways, that's all I've got. If you are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. If you have not commented on these videos, I know I'm like talking about how much the market sucks today. There's probably not a whole lot there, but there's a little bit of learning involved. Leave a comment, like the video. Now, you can't dislike the video, right? They took the dislikes off or something, or didn't they change that?
I think so. I don't think they took it off. I think you can't see who disliked it.
You can't see how many people disliked it. Okay, well, still don't dislike the video. But yeah, that's all we've got, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for Cocktail Friday. Matt and I will both be on, and our goal is to take as few trades as possible. So keep that in mind. That's our goal. Trade safe, trade disciplined, trade well. Trader Bryce, out of here.
We hope you guys enjoyed that last video. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of the StocksTrade community. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but we can't do it without your help. So if you enjoy what we're putting out and want to hear more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.